All right, guys, so we need to have some real talk. Yesterday, I posted a video that was basically saying that marketing is dead, that Meta AI is taking over. And it ruffled a few feathers because I've been in the marketing industry for almost a decade now. And there were some people that are kind of saying like media buyers won't be replaced, AI is not as good, and it just can't do what I do. And listen, I understand that sentiment. I think, so here's the problem. I think that a lot of people are in this camp of being too scared or concerned about these changes and how it will impact them professionally, that they decide to just tune it out, to turn it off, to not take advantage, to not pay attention. And I think that's a big mistake. Now, is marketing going to be completely destroyed? No. Is customer service going to be completely destroyed? No. Are we just not going to need radiologists anymore? No. We are going to need those things. But those job roles are going to evolve tremendously. So if you're trying to win a bid for a customer, if you're trying to find a job in one of these careers, one of the first things they're going to look at is how are you seeing the world differently? Because the world has fundamentally changed. You know, I dropped this stat the other day. The WEF expects over 60% of jobs to be either replaced or completely transformed. I mean, you look at call centers now, customer support centers. It's almost all completely AI agents. You know, you look at avatars online, video avatars online, influencers online. They're almost, I mean, there's just so many AI replicants out there. I'll give you a couple examples. There's this AI influencer called Lil Miquela on Instagram. She has millions of followers. She's getting paid $10,000 per post. And she's not a real human being. She's just an AI bot. And you're seeing these all over the place. If you are on social media, you're seeing these AI influencers. I'll give you another example. I talked about this in a couple videos ago. There's this program called HeyGen, HEYGEN, HeyGen.ai. And essentially what it allows you to do is submit some photos of yourself, and you can create an AI avatar of yourself that can actually speak and deliver a vlog style video, which is a talking head style vlog video, which is something that I've really specialized in the last few years with clients, producing these videos for clients. And now it's just tremendously easy to produce that. You know, it's just fundamentally changed. And again, you can synchronize 11 Labs audio AI into that. So then you've got HeyGen for the video, 11 Labs API for the voice, and you've got a tremendously effective, realistic looking video. I follow this guy, Anik Sengal, and this is all his videos are like this. All his videos are just AI generated. So he can focus on his business while while his agency is producing all the AI content. And by the way, I think that's kind of brings me back full circle to the beginning of this message, which is that, you know, marketing is not going to completely go away, but it needs to fundamentally transform itself. If you're running any sort of business right now, I think where you need to be considering is how can I adapt or evolve what I'm doing to be more effective. And I'll give you an example. SaaS software can be very expensive. It can be very expensive. You know, my agency is not huge, but one software I'm spending a lot of money on, it's about $1,500 to $2,000 a year, is for project management. And I was playing around with Replit the other day, and I was able to get the bones for a new project management software that did exactly what I wanted. I mean, this didn't take me very long. It took me about an hour to put together the bones. And as I build that out, there's a potential that I'm able to reduce my costs by up to $2,000 per year, because this Replit app will be almost free to operate. So that's a way that I can reduce my expenses dramatically. It's everything has fundamentally changed, and what I am thinking, where my head is at, is how can I leverage AI in all these different facets to do my job better and more effectively? And that's what employers are going to be looking for. That's what your business is going to need in order to remain competitive, is building out these AI agents. And I think, you know, where most people are at, and this is where you have a potential competitive advantage, Where most businesses are at is thinking, most CEOs, business people are at is thinking like, well, I use ChatGPT daily. I ask it questions. I am able to develop ideas and generate lists and write emails. And I think that that's good. But where the magic happens is when you start integrating that functionality into other aspects of your business. So for example, if you know that you get, I should actually build this out. This is an idea I just came up with off the top of my head. If I get a lot of emails from people that want to be a guest on my podcast, The After Hours Entrepreneur, which is top 1% rated. You can check it out, by the way. I'm just basically only covering AI. So if you like this, you probably like what these other business owners are doing with AI and how they're thinking differently. But I can simply create a AI agent that responds to any request to be a guest on the show and respond to them with, hey, this is the process to become a guest on the show. This is how much it costs. This is what the expectation is. These are the topics that we're covering, et cetera, et cetera. So it's thinking like that. And one of the challenges that I'm having personally is there's so many things to work on. And it can be a little bit overwhelming because once you've unlocked this ability to set up one AI agent, it starts to unlock an entire world. And then you start to think about and see everything in a different light. And I think that is probably one of the most important things to do. That's what I'm focused on right now. And so here's the other thing. People will start to catch on to this over time and they'll start to catch on. And if you're already ahead of the curve now, you're going to be at a competitive advantage. And you might say, Mark, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I would encourage you just to start with a program like Replit or a program like Manus. Replit I found to be extremely easy to use. It's a web-based application that basically codes and builds out SaaS software for you and your organization. I was listening to the CEO of Replit on Diary of a CEO with Stephen Bartlett the other day, and I was just really blown away by the possibilities, and I started building it out. And I'm planning to release the alpha version of my own SaaS software this week. So again, someone with no tech experience, with minimal funding, it's costing me about $100 to get the app running, to integrate OpenAI, to integrate SendGrid for email, to integrate domain activity, and just put the whole thing together for $100. I mean, it's just bananas. It's bananas. And I think that's another thing that's important when you start thinking about what's possible with these SaaS solutions is the reduction in risk. Risk meaning how much money is it going to cost me to launch this? Risk meaning how much time is it going to take for me to launch this? And I think that's when you start to see when you start to have the big unlock, is when you understand that the risk and the time and the cash required to start a project has been significantly reduced. So I'll keep you posted on that project. Maybe I'll kind of break the whole thing down tomorrow after I push it live. Because it just fundamentally changes everything. So my challenge to you is to think about things differently, to not be afraid, but to embrace the changes. If you're running, and I'll speak out to the marketers out there. If you're running a marketing agency right now, and you see something changing, you see something changing, like Meta saying that as a business owner, you're just going to be able to set up an account, give it some ideas, upload your product or service, and then we'll start doing all your targeting. Don't say like, oh, well, there's privacy laws and they're not going to have the information that's required. I think that's a really foolish way of looking at it. That's kind of, honestly, what it does is it reminds me of people that were looking at Bitcoin 10 years ago and saying, oh, well, that's not real money, that's internet cash. And it's like, guys, when's the last time you held a quarter or a $10 bill? Everything is digital now. The blockchain is real technology. And quite frankly, this is not financial advice, but I'm not giving up on Bitcoin yet. I'm still pushing it. I just think there's so much upside in Bitcoin, but that's maybe for another video. Regardless, my challenge to you is pop open a program like Replit. Ask it to perform some functions for you. think about like what's an interesting problem, what's an and when I say interesting problem, think about it like this. What takes up a lot of my time consistently every week? What's something that I'm doing every week that takes up a lot of time? And go into Replit and say, hey, develop an app. I have this problem, develop an app to solve this problem. And I'll give you a more robust breakdown on how you can do this probably in another video, but go into Replit. It's like $25 to get started. I think there's a free trial too, actually. I'll put a link below so you can get started in a free trial. Go into Replit, type in an interesting problem or something that's taking up a lot of your time, or even consider what's a SaaS software that I'm spending a lot of money on, and you can start to find solutions. Because one of the things that happens with these SaaS softwares is they give you tons of features that you probably don't even need. And so you're paying a premium for all this functionality that you don't even need. And then there's going to be some functions that you do need that it doesn't have. So why not create your own software? And you're probably thinking, Mark, I'm not a SaaS developer. I'm not a SaaS developer either. I guess I am now. But you just play with it. I was watching the hockey game last night, making some tweaks. My wife looks over. She's like, wow, that looks really good. You've gone a long way with that project. And it's just after a few hours. So I think that the opportunity is tremendous right now. The fear is tremendous too. But if you lock in and you keep improving, you can really find some insane opportunities right now, and not only find the insane opportunities, but support your family, because guys, the world is changing really fast, really fast. Now is the time to take advantage, to educate yourself, to find the opportunities out there, because they are tremendous. I think you can do it, and I'll break. Tomorrow what I'll do on my morning walk is I'm just going to break down the entire steps that I took to build this business in a weekend, to build a SaaS software in a weekend, leveraging these tools, surfing, not swimming against the current, but actually surfing the current, leveraging OpenAI, leveraging Replit, leveraging all these different tools. Don't get overwhelmed. From me to you, test out Replit. Think about an interesting problem or an expensive SaaS product that you're using. Type it into Replit, see what you can come up with. I think you'll be really surprised, and then just start playing with it, getting deep, testing it. It's really not super complicated, and I think that you'll find that once you start building agents, and once you see what's possible, the world's going to open up. It's going to help you to remain competitive in a rapidly changing market. All right, if you want the full context on that video that made those marketers angry and got me some DMs, just go to the next video. I'll put it up here. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.